carboxylic acid. We have done with alkane, haloalkanes, alcohols. So I'm just adding carboxylic acid and ketone and aldehyde. What else do we have? Okay, let's don't add more things right now. Okay. Yes, carboxylic acid. Okay. For example, wait, you know very well about because I'll tell you structures together because now you have a strong, I hope now you have a strong grip on the structures, sorry, the skeletal formula. So let's do some chains, a naming of the chain first. See, this is carbon, one more carbon, O and OH. This is 3 carbon, propanoic acid. Propanoic acid. This is carboxylic acid, propanoic acid. What is the suffix? We are using suffix right now. So what is the suffix for carboxylic acids? Suffix is oic acid. But sometimes you have to use prefix. Sometimes you have to use prefix. For the prefix, we have for the carboxylic acid, carboxylic acid. So carboxy. Carboxy. Oh. Carboxy. You have to write like this. It means this dash means there is continuation, and you have to make here a dash like thing. It means this will be added at the last of the chain. So this is the suffix and the prefix for, you can say, carboxylic acids. Let's focus on the carboxylic acid first, then we can move to another thing. So right now I am focusing on carboxylic acid. Okay, so yes, so the given chain on the screen is propanoic acid. You can say one propanoic acid, propane, one oic acid. But let me tell you one thing. We have discussed, we had already discussed in a previous class that carboxylic acid will be attached at the corner carbon only. I told you that you cannot see carboxylic acid in the middle carbon. Let me show you. Because yesterday, one more student asked me about this stuff. Let's try to add carboxylic acid with the middle carbon. Double bond with the oxygen, single bond with like this. Okay, see, carbon is making 5 bond, which is impossible. So you cannot add carboxylic acid with the middle carbon. Yesterday, one of my students told me that, Miss, I have seen carboxylic acid with the middle carbon. And when I asked her to share the example with me, so let me show you what she shared with me. Where is her message? Yes, see, this was the example. This. And she said, see, Miss, carboxylic acid group is attached with the middle carbon. Okay, what is the functional group of carboxylic acid? Double bond O and single bond OH. So let me open this thing. Let me expand this thing. See, this carbon, this is the above carbon, means the top carbon. It is making a double bond with the oxygen. I am following shape of molecule right now. It should be OH like this. Or if you're getting confused, if you're following the shape of molecule, you have to make like this. If you're not following the shape of molecule, so let me show you what you have to do. See. Okay. This is how this structure is here. This is one carbon. This is another carbon. So if you can see, the carboxylic acid is not attached with the middle carbon. We just discussed that when you are naming the compound, you have to select the longest chain of the carbon. So here, what is the longest chain of the carbon? You can connect like this: one carbon, second carbon, third carbon. That is a chain. That is a carbon which is connected with the chain. Or you can come from here like this. And you can go like this, 3 carbon is a chain. You can see this C as a functional group. It's totally up to you. In this case, you have to take this C as a functional group or another carbon as a functional group. This is your carbon chain because the carboxylic acid is always attached with the carbon chain. The structures are not easy, but you can see still carboxylic acid is attached with another carbon which is connected at the corner. So carboxylic acid can never be seen in the middle of the carbon. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Now see, if I say that this is propanoic acid only, so I'm correct. I don't have to write propane 1 oic acid, propane 2 oic acid. In this case only, when there is no any functional group, you don't need to do like this, because we know very well that carboxylic acid will be attached with the corner carbon. So this carbon could be first carbon, and if you're making your carboxylic acid here at this side of this chain, for example, so I can call this first carbon is still, this is propanoic acid. So in these type of cases, you don't have to mention numbers. But if you're mentioning number, that is not wrong also. But there is no need of mentioning number. What is this? What is this now? Dipropanoic acid instead of propane 1,3-oic acid. Dipropanoic acid. I mean, if you say, Miss, I have dipropanoic acid. So it means you have a propane chain which has 2-oic acid thing, which has 2 carboxylic acid group. And I know very well that carboxylic acid group can be attached with the end of the carbon. I mean, with the corner carbon. And there could be 2 corner carbon in a chain. So each side we have a carboxylic group. We don't have to mention number in these cases. Dipropanoic acid. Let's forget about dipropanoic acid. Let's try to make the skeletal formula of propanoic acid. Let me tell you about a molecular formula also, because we just moved to another topic. C 1, 2, 2 carbons. C 2, 1, 2, 3 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, 5 hydrogen. H5. There is no any hydrogen attached with the last carbon. It is already making 4 bond. So you can write COOH. Whenever you see this, so you should know there are 2 carbon and there is third carbon also in a chain. This is propanoic acid. You have to measure COOH separately. COOH can tell you that the given compound is carboxylic acid. So simple. Okay. What other things? Oh, yes. This skeletal formula. You have to focus 1 carbon. First carbon is having 3 hydrogen, CH3. Second carbon, CH2. The last carbon, COOH. You don't have to show double bonding or something with the oxygen, because everyone knows that oxygen makes double bond, or it could make single bond. Actually, you have to show double, triple bonding of carbon only in a structural formula. This is the structural formula of the propanoic acid. Okay. You can see structural formula is just expansion of the molecular formula. Okay. Now the next thing is a skeletal formula. 3 carbon. 1, 2, 3. 1 carbon. I am just making some darker. Second carbon and the third carbon. Okay. We have to attach double bond O and OH. So with this carbon, we have double bond O. And there is 1 bond which is OH. So you can make 1 bond. Here, there is not carbon. If you're not writing anything, it means there is carbon. So I'm mentioning here that I have OH here. I have OH here. So you can see your skeletal formula is showing that this is first carbon, this is second carbon, this is third carbon, and here we have nothing. There could not be carbon because this bond is directly attached with OH. So here we have OH. This is the skeletal formula of what is this? Propanoic acid. But let me tell you one thing. Let's try to make it other way around. See, 1, 2, 3. It looks more good. And in this formula, the things are getting more clear. So it would be more better if you draw a skeletal formula like this. I mean, this is something like same. I mean, the rules are just like this. Like in a previous case, it's totally up to you that you can use ol or you can use hydroxy. I mean, if you're writing a name of the carbon chain and if you feel that it doesn't look good, so you can use prefix. Same goes here. That's what I'm doing here. I mean, the functional group is not getting more clear here. So I can draw like this. Now you can see this function. It is showing that this carbon, we have a double bond with the oxygen. At this carbon, we have OH. Sorry, there is no any carbon because this bond is directly attached with the OH. So you should know that how to count carbon, because in exam, they will give you a skeletal formula, and then you have to draw your structures, or you have to make, you can say, reactions. Let me show you. See, I am making one more, for example, O, and we have to make H here. You cannot write OH now. You have to write HO. Reason? If you are writing OH, what does it mean? Means hydrogen is making bond with the carbon and hydrogen is making bond with the oxygen, which is impossible. Now, these are the smaller things which you have to remember here when you're working in organic chemistry. These are the commonest mistakes. So you have to write HO. What does it mean? I mean, this is OH. This is simple, like this OH, but it means that oxygen is making one bond with the carbon and other bond with the hydrogen. So you have to write OH here. Okay, so the change. Okay, so let me change the color so that I could show you the changing here. For the what is this? The molecular formula. You can make a bracket. You can write 2 here. 2 carboxylic acids are here. Story end. What about the skeletal formula? You have to make a bracket and you can write 2 here. It means 2 carboxylic acids are attached here. And we know that carboxylic acid would be there at the corner carbon. We know this thing. And now this is called dipropanoic acid. If it has only one carboxylic acid group attached, so we said, what we said, propanoic acid. You can say carboxypropane. If you want to use the suffix, wait, let's forget about this structure. Wait, let me tell you how to use prefix. It depends. Sometimes the chains could be more complicated, and sometimes they are using the prefixes. So you should know about this. It could be propanoic acid, or it could be carboxypropanoic acid. Both are correct. Carboxypropanoic acid. Dicarboxypropanoic acid, if this is dipropanoic acid. Are you getting my point?
Yes, I have a question here. CH3, CH2, COOH, brackets 2. But if you're going to add COOH, one H is going to cancel, right? So will it still remain the same?
Which one is going to cancel? Oh, wait. Okay, you are talking about hydrogens. You're talking about this. Yes. You don't have to write these hydrogen. It will be, wait, there will be change. So, sorry, you are right. It will be C2H2 and COOH. It would be like this. And here you have to cancel some hydrogen. It will be C2H2 and COOH and bracket inside too. Yes, because when I'm making OH here, so definitely we have to remove those hydrogens. So it will be like this. You are correct. Sorry, that's what my mistake. Okay. What will be the skeletal formula for the di? Now you have to add dicarboxypropanoic. Oh, wait, one more mistake of mine. Wait. If I'm using carboxy, so I don't have to use oic acid then. If I'm using carboxy, which is a prefix for the carboxylic acid, then I don't have to use oic acid. It will be carboxypropane, either carboxypropane or propanoic acid. It's up to you. You can use a prefix or you can use a suffix. So if you are using a prefix, then you don't have to use a suffix. Now that could be a common mistake. If I can make this mistake, so anyone can make this mistake. So this is dicarboxypropane, dipropanoic acid, because I have attached 2 carboxylic group here. Now the structure will be changed. Okay, wait, propanoic acid now. So 1 carbon, wait, let me show with the green color. See, wait, this is first carbon, this is second carbon, this is third carbon. Now you have to attach you have to attach double bond oxygen and you have to attach OH. Okay, now see what we have to do. I just have to bring it down. This is, for example, this is the third carbon. For example, this is the third carbon. For example, that this is third carbon. So at third carbon, oxygen is making double bond, O. And this, if you're not making anything here, it means this is a carbon. It can be considered as a carbon. So you have to mention that there is OH. This bond is representing OH. You have to write HO now, not OH, not acceptable. So this is dipropanoic acid or dicarboxy propane. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Let me show you, for example, let's draw some random skeletal formula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I mean, now let's make a skeletal formula and try to draw some structure. Seal. Oh, it could be, we can attach some other halogen. Br. That's okay. Yes. Okay. So what is the name of the chain? Definitely for the naming, you have to make a structure. Means you have to draw a displayed formula. Let's see how many carbon is there. If you say, miss, this is a carbon. Wait, let me show with the black color. See, if you say, miss, this is a carbon. Oh, yes. If you say, miss, this is a carbon. No, this bond is for the OH. It means this is not the carbon because with this line, OH is attached. So this is not for the carbon. So this is actually carbon. 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 This is carbon. This is carbon. This is carbon. Because there is nothing, nah? It means this is carbon. Now, what about this one? I told you, we never mention C or H things normally. It means this is CH thing, means this is a methyl. Now, first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, oh, fifth carbon, fifth carbon, sixth carbon, seventh carbon, eighth carbon. Octane. There is no double bond. Means octane. Okay, let's name the compound. Then we can make the structure. I mean, I don't think so that we have to make the structure now. I mean, you already know what you have to do here. Carbon, single bond. You can attach one bromine, then carbon, then you can attach chlorine, then you can make single bond with the carbon, then you can attach CH3, then you can make single bond of the carbon, then single bond carbon, then single bond carbon, and then at the end, there will be COOH. So structure is not difficult. But at the end, at the last of the carbon, you have to do like this. You have to follow shape of molecule because you have already done with this. Okay, now let's name the chain. Okay, let's see what is present in a chain. We can make a list first. Okay, so in a chain, we have, let's check a methyl. We have, at 4, we have methyl, okay? Then at fifth, 5, yes, at fifth carbon, we have chloro. At 7th carbon, we have bromo. What else do we have? Then we have carboxylic acid. At the first carbon, we have carboxylic acid. Anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Yes. So what will be the name of the chain? So the name of the chain could be name of the chain could be octane. But before that, bromine. B comes first. So 7 bromo. Yes, 7 bromo. Or after that, 5 chloro, 4 methyl. Yes, 4 methyl. You can see I'm not going according to the numbers. 4 methyl. Anything else? No. Then this is octane, octanoic acid. I mean, I don't have any other thing. Wait, what I'm doing? Octanoic acid. Yes, I don't have any other thing which should be mentioned in the last of the chain as a suffix. So I'm using suffix for the carboxylic acid. For example, if it is octanol, octanone something, and I'm unable to use the suffix, or I'm not comfortable to use suffix for the carboxylic acid group, so I can use prefix. I can say 1-carboxy, but you have to use like this 7-bromo, 1-carboxy, 5-chloro-4-methyl, octanol, whatever is there. So right now this is octanoic acid. Or if you want to go in a more detail, so you can say octane 1-oic acid. That is also good. But octanoic acid, we already know that carboxylic acid is attached with the corner carbon. So you don't have to mention the number. But if you want to go in a detail, you can mention the number. This is so easy. Is it clear?
Yes.
Let me make one more structure. I'm not removing this structure here. Now see. See this structure. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we have O, and here we have H. What does it mean? See, 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, 4 carbon, and the last one is not carbon because we have hydrogen here. See, what is this? The last carbon looks like this, O and H. What is this? Corner carbon, similar to carboxylic acid. This is, what do you think, what is this?
Aldehyde.
Aldehyde. Yes, you are right. Aldehyde. So see, 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, 4 carbon. What is this? Butane. For the aldehyde, butanol. Sometimes we have to use suffix. We have to use prefix for the aldehyde and the ketone. Aldehyde and ketone both have same suffix. So that is another discussion, that what are the conditions? I mean, how would you know that this is aldehyde or the ketone? That is another story. I'm not going in that much detail. So you can see this is very easy now. I guess now you can understand so easily that how to work with the skeletal formula. You can draw some random skeletal formula and then try to name the compound, or you can make some random chain like carbon single bond, carbon double bond, this, and you can attach some functional group and then try to give the name to the carbon chain and try to make a skeletal formula. This is so easy. You can see. I don't think so that you have to. You have to learn any rules of making and structures or something. No, it requires only practice, and you can see this is not that much difficult. So this is for the today. In next class, we can discuss the functional groups of remaining thing, ether, ketone. I mean, aldehyde and ketone. I'll discuss ketone with the ether, ester, and the ketone. Those things can be discussed together, and along with that thing, we have to discuss something about benzene also. You can do your practice for these functional groups which we have discussed today.